Are these newfangled things any good?
We do love a one-man band over at NSUKP, and this game has, well, been created by one man. Well, with a little bit of help from some of his friends, and I guess probably relatives, looking at the credits at the end. It is, well, let's describe it as an old-school isometric rally game. And you know what? That's pretty good. I've always enjoyed games like that. I grew up playing games like that, and they've just got better over time. Now, this is coming out at the time when Art of Rally has obviously dropped recently, and there will be inevitable comparisons. Indeed, I'm going to make inevitable comparisons at the end of this review, but for now let's just have a quick discussion about what the game is. So, isometric rally game, all your usual kind of tropes. You've got 3 rally modes in there. There's a time trial mode, championship mode, and just a bog standard race mode, which is actually quite good fun. There are 6 countries, each with 6 stages, so that makes, if my maths is right, a total of 36 tracks. And there are 8 cars. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if the cars are officially licensed, but you will recognise all of them. They are very, very detailed. They look exactly like the cars you will know from, well, classic rally. Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole, shall we? There's also online, which is always nice. It lets you check your progress against a leaderboard, see how well you're doing. You can access other players' ghosts, and I'm proud to say that I'm only 8 seconds off the best time on stage 1. But then again, the time is only 1:28. So that means the other person's on a 1:20. That's quite a substantial difference. Maybe I shouldn't be boasting about that. Anyway, actually, I thought I was really bad at the game to begin with. I genuinely thought I'm terrible at this until I realised the game has a mechanic where you can upgrade your car. So when you start the game, your car is a bit unwieldy, shall we say. Maybe not the best, but once you've driven a certain distance, you get unlock points. And you can use these unlock points to make your car better. Now, as you make your car better, it gets easier to handle. As it gets easier to handle, you can start to win races, which is always exciting. Just make sure you remember to upgrade the car. If you do it too much, your car is going to go up a classification from D to C to B to A, and that will change the leagues and leaderboards that you are racing in. But actually, you know what? That's all very cool stuff. I did have a bit of a problem when I first started the game. So the isometric camera is one of these ones that sort of spins round and follows the car along, but a lot of the time you're racing towards the camera. Now, that is difficult. It basically means you've got to memorise the track, and you've got to get the cornering just right as you spin around that corner, and if you're a really good racer, that's probably not that hard to do, but for me it was terrible. So I got very nice surprised when I discovered that the game is still being developed. The guy's pushed it out, you can buy it now, but he's still working on it, which is brilliant, and I turned it on today to play a little bit more, and there was an update. The update brought in a chase helicopter camera. So basically now, the camera can follow me along behind my car, I can see exactly what's coming at all times, and all of a sudden, I can win races! It's amazing! What a transformation that has made to the game. Before it was beautiful, but kind of hard to play. Now, it's beautiful in a different way, completely playable, and I actually like both cameras. But I can win with a camera behind my car, and that's quite important. And I'm kind of addicted to the race mode. As much as rally is supposed to be all about time trials, race mode is just so good. I love winning, and all you gotta do is come first or second or I think third. Will probably also unlock the next track, and you just make your way through all of the tracks in this game. And as I said, there's 36 of them. It's quite a bit. So, what's good about this game? Well, it's got all the usual rallying, racing tropes. You've got your co-pilot to guide you around the tracks. You've got track arrows, which you can turn off, by the way, if you want a bit more of a challenge. Anything you can think of is probably in there. The car models are very detailed, and in fact, actually, the landscapes are really detailed as well. If you just take the very first one, Finland, as a good example, it's jam-packed full of trees. Okay, they might be kind of slightly ugly isometric things, but that's kind of not the point. They create illusion of a densely packed forest. And given the fact that this is the Switch we're talking about, it's not the most powerful thing in the world, it does a really good job of creating a very kind of, I'm going to say lifelike-ish stage to race through. It's just got a lot of life, it's got a lot of density, there's a lot of character to it, which is very tough to achieve. The game itself, it's fun, it's detailed, there are so many customization options in there. Wow, I mean, you've got options for touch controls, button controls, you can tweak both of them, you can change the graphics independently for your handheld or the docked mode. In both of those you can change the resolution, the target frame rate, which by the way is 60 frames per second, you can turn off and on anti-aliasing, the level of detail, the shadows, there's so much in there. There's even multi-language support, which, bear in mind, this is all coming from a one-man band. In addition to that, you've got varying difficulty levels. You can set it as dynamic, which is basically what I've been doing, which I think figures out how good or bad you are and adjusts accordingly, but you can just set it on easy, medium, hard, or heaven forbid, extreme if you're that way inclined. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's also a few negatives. They're not bad, to be fair, but there are a few negatives. I've got a small niggle. When the game is loading, it has a camera panning around a track. And as the camera pans around the track, it stutters and it drives me bonkers. I know it's a small thing, it doesn't affect gameplay at all, but it irks me. It just does. What else we've got negative? The menus are actually quite easy to overlook. They're signposted by a small icon in the bottom right of your screen, asking you to press Y to access like the upgrade menus or the option menus, and that's how I managed to miss the upgrade for so long. It was hidden down there and I just kept missing it. So that's, I suppose, one little wee small niggle. The stages themselves, as detailed as they are, and the graphics are actually really nice. The trees, as I said, are a bit basic, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. The sound is amazing. It's got all the wonderful pops and crackles you'd expect from a rally car. It sounds deep and throaty. It's got a nice little sort of soundtrack to it. The music is pumping and exciting, as you would expect it to be for a game like this. And any other niggles? I got stuck at one point. My car got wedged up a cliff and it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't move until I realised you can press the minus button and it resets your car. To be fair, I found that when I was playing around in the menus, but that was sort of transformative. So there we go. I haven't really got many bad things to say about this game. I mean, it's a whole load of rally goodness for, what's it, $4.99 at the moment in the eShop? That's pretty good. Let's get on to comparison with Art of Rally, which at the time of recording is I think $19.99 or $19.95 or something like that in the eShop, has been slightly critically received, but not in a positive way, shall we say. If you go and look at it, the art style, it looked stunning when they showed us all the trailers and clips of it in the Nintendo Directs. But when you put these two games side by side, it just feels bland and boring, and it's just missing a whole lot of life to it. Rush Rally Origins is just so much more vivid and exciting and engaging, and it's a proper rally game. Whereas Art of Rally is supposed to be this zen, wonderful, kind of chilled rally thing, but they got that wrong by making it really, really difficult. Very difficult. Our own Anton mentioned the other day that the difficulty curve is just stupid. It is really, really hard. Whereas this game, the difficulty curve is quite pleasant. It's just a good game. I can't really find anything bad to say about it. So for $4.99, go and buy it. You won't regret it. I'm going to say one you should add to your library. On that note, I'll say cheerio.